What up, guys, and welcome back to another update video. This time I really wanted to talk about what the things I would do before taking finasteride. So this is what you should do bare minimum before you even think about taking finasteride for any reason. Um, so bare minimum, I believe that you should get on a regimen of, like we're gonna talk base to advanced. So first things you should do is begin to work out and take your health seriously. So if you're overweight, um, inactive, not getting enough sleep, not getting enough to eat, vitamin deficiencies, you have to rule out all that before taking any drug for your hair loss. Now, I feel like a lot of people jump over this step because um they feel as if, medical intervention is the first thing that should, come to mind and everything. But there are cases of people, changing their diet and your hair coming back. Very, very low chance of that happening. But I feel like before you start taking drugs, you need to rule that out. Second thing you should do, start um using this thing that's pretty new. It's called pyrilutamide, otherwise known as KX826. What does it do? Well, I have many videos that show the before and after of what my hair looked like before and after taking KX826, otherwise known as pyrilutamide, in conjunction with minoxidil. But we'll get to that later. So first, before you even take minoxidil though, or you use minoxidil, and I use the topical version, I do not like taking pills. But before you even take KX826 or use KX826, I should say, because it's in a spray form, um, just get acclimated with doing that every day. You have to get acclimated with doing something every day for your hair. I'm a black man, so we're used to brushing our hair, different hairstyles, stuff like that. So doing something every day for my hair really is not a big deal. Okay, if you're gonna be hopping on finasteride, you need to get comfortable with doing something every day with your hair. That's second. So first, get your health under control as far as everything that you can control with your weight, health, sleep, vitamins, all that. Get that out the way. Get that all tucked in and secured. Second, KX826. Oh, let me explain to you what it does. Thanks you for asking. So KX826 binds with your hair follicles before the hair destroying gene or molecule DHT, which is created from our testosterone. So it binds with the hair follicles before DHT, so that it doesn't destroy the hair follicle, right? So think about your reasons for using finasteride. You use finasteride to reduce systemic DHT so that your hair doesn't get affected, right? So if you can bypass that and make it so that your hair follicles aren't accepting the DHT, but are instead accepting the KX826, right? You effectively sidestep what finasteride would try to stop, right? So finasteride lowers systemic DHT, which is a sex hormone, which can affect your mood, your sex drive, it can lead to depression. There's been, signs of like people committing suicide. You can Google all this stuff. I'm not here to scare you, but I'm just letting you know exactly what comes with finasteride. While a lot of people do not have side effects, you might be a part of that, 1% like I was. Like me, I took finasteride for a whole year, and um, side effects started coming up around 6 months in, but I wasn't afraid of the drug. I wasn't afraid of the side effects. So I kept going. Took it for a year. Side effects never stopped. So I decided to seek, different, alternative routes, essentially. And that's what led me to KX826. So, all right. So now we have get your health under control, KX826. Now we're going to hop onto topical minoxidil, right? And you want to do these things, and put some time in between each of them to see what works. So I would say, get your health under control for like 3 months, see if that affects your hair, right? Hop on KX826 for 3 months, see if that affects your hair. Hop on minoxidil for 3 months, see if that affects your hair, because you don't want to hop on all of it at the same time and then not know which one is actually affecting your hair. Does that make sense? I hope it does. All right, so we're gonna hop on topical minoxidil. We're gonna use it once a day to reduce side effects. So it's because people do have side effects from minoxidil as far as like, heart flutters and stuff like that. But I also believe that that comes from usually the pill form, or B, people that use the topical version too often. So for me, I only use the topical version once a day, and I just do it in the morning and go about my day. It doesn't dry. I mean, it dries quickly. It doesn't leave my hair greasy or anything. Um, and it keeps me. It's good to keep a regimen, and you're able to wash it out essentially as soon as it's done drying. Like, let's say you put it in, 30 minutes later, you just wash it out. Whatever, you go about your day. So we have. So now let's recap again. Health, KX826, pyrilutamide, minoxidil. All right. Now that's probably the big three that you really want to like get down before you start doing anything else. Supplementary, fourth, I guess you can start doing derma rolling, derma stamping. Stamping is more effective than rolling because the stamp will go straight into the scalp rather than rolling along it, and like the divots that are created will instead be up and down instead of a V shape. Because if you think about something rolling, like if you think about pins and needles rolling, it's not gonna make a stamp. It's gonna roll. So you're gonna leave V-shaped indents inside. V-shaped. What's the word? Cuts or incisions in your hair, in your scalp, rather than up and down. So the V-shaped ones can actually fuck up your hair follicles. So you really want to just use the stamps so that you get a good port of entry essentially, because the stamp, now what the stamp does is it's going to irritate your scalp, and it's going to increase blood flow to the hair follicles as it tries to repair itself. So you could use a derma stamp, which allows for adjustable length, adjustable depth, and you could play around with the length or the depth up to 1.5 millimeters. Like, that's probably the safest that you could, like, after 1.5 I wouldn't recommend it, but up to 1.5, and you can play around and see what works for you. All right, so derma stamping. Fifth, I think that's fifth, right? Fifth, vitamins. Oh, well, I mean, you can put vitamins in the first half as far as like health and stuff like that. But with me, I take vitamin D3 for, A, for I'm black, so my body doesn't metabolize sun as well as, someone that's fairer skinned. So I use vitamin D3 for that. I use uh what else? Um Biotin, collagen, stuff like that to increase hair elasticity and health, stuff like that. But again, I will put that in the first part with as far as health. And now at the very end, finasteride, right? So once you've exhausted all your options, and I mean all your options, and at this point, honestly, if you get to finasteride, you got to start thinking like, again, am I going to be a person that's affected by said side effects? Because I was affected by them, and honestly, like, feel me, it destroyed my sex drive and all that stuff. And I don't think anyone that's going bald wants their to stop working, right? So like, I mean, you're trying to save your hair to keep your confidence. Well, you might want to start thinking about what that means to you. You know. Oh, let me take this off so that you guys can see an update on how I'm looking. I don't like showing my hair in the dark because I feel like it kind of gives the impression that it's like completely full when it's not. So hold on, let me. And if you do want to see like a more in-depth look at my hair, you can also check out like all of my shorts and videos and stuff, and it'll show you like exactly how I'm looking. But hold on, let's see how it looks. Game and see. But really, the biggest thing that I'm working on right now is my crown. My corners and stuff, they're filling in, but I'm not too worried about how that looks anymore. I'm more worried about, well, not even worried anymore, honestly, but I'm more concerned with how the crown is looking, how it's growing in. So I don't know. That's just one man's take. Obviously, you should be doing the utmost research before hopping on any of this. I kind of want to end this video before 10 minutes because I don't even think this explanation needs to be 10 minutes long. But it's the Minox King, the Minoxidil King. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you like what I'm saying, and be easy, guys.